Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And you can see the title there, people. Jose Mourinho's Roma win the Europa Conference League. Mourinho wins another European trophy with Roma defeating Feyenoord 1-0 in the Conference League final. Of course, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. I'm joined by fellow co-hosts who you see on the channel a lot. You'll catch him on Q&As, NBA watch-alongs, Ballers at the Bridge, plus more. Man like Timo is in the building. What are you telling me, Timo, first and foremost? You good?
Oh, good, yeah, people. Yeah, what am I saying? I'm here for the chaos.
All right, cool. We're going to get to that. And obviously, welcome another guy who's a regular on the channel on NBA watch-alongs, Q&As, members Q&As, watch-alongs, but Premier League watch-alongs, Champions League watch-alongs, just to get me a resident of Sarcasm City. Man like Jez is in the building. What are you telling me, Jez? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. What are you saying, man?
Yeah, man. All good, fam. You already know. But yeah, all right, then. Before we get to it, because I know Timo's going to have a lot to say, for those that are new here, the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, you lot in the comments run the show. So you get to ask us any sporting question, past or present. Any sporting question, past or present. It doesn't have to be on the topic that we're talking about. So it can be football, it can be basketball, it can be boxing, it can be tennis, it can be F1, whatever question you want to put to the panel, and we will answer. Also, as well, if you are a member of the channel, your comments do take priority. So I will go to those questions first. And of course, if you super chat as well, I'll also get to that. I'll also get to that. That will take priority. But if you want to join the membership, the link is underneath in the description. Many great perks, including obviously your questions taking priority on Q&As and coming on Q&As as well. But we'll get to it, Timo, because you messaged me pretty much as soon as the final whistle. Went in the Roma final game. But your thoughts on Mourinho picking up another European trophy? Talk to me.
I'm going to be honest with stats here. So
Okay.
out of 8 clubs that he has been coaches, so Mourinho's has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 trophies that he has ever won in those times. So apart from one club, that is Tottenham Hotspur itself. That's number one. Number two, he's the first manager ever to win the 3 separate European competitions.
Facts.
Number 3, this is the first time Roma has ever won a trophy since 2008. Apparently, This is the same manager that Tottenham fans have been disrespecting with.
Anyway,
so, Jeff, let me play you a clip from a certain someone. Well, I've already sent you a DM.
Yeah, I don't know why. Well, I don't know why you sending me the DM though. this is the real question.
Jose Mourinho masterclass.
So this is the same person that say Jose Mourinho a lot during our time, during the you know what? He's not going to win the cup final back then. Oh, look what happened now. So what's changed, Jess? What's changed in that? I reckon if Jose stays in that club, I can guarantee he'll make the top 4, he'll at least win the Carabao Cup.
I wouldn't say so, to be honest. Like I still
go on, Jez. I'll let you before you continue, Jez.
Yeah.
I think you're just getting the stick from Timo simply because you're a Spurs fan. But go on, give us your thoughts
100%, because like I don't think he knows like where my stance on with Joseph. I said it in the last stream even just before. I let the whole Joseph thing go. Like he's not my manager. I don't think about a Chrome man 24/7. So it's like for me, I don't get any Monday trophy with what's it called, Roma. I'm happy for him, 100%. But like I was not like that. Oh my god, Joseph ruined my life type of shit on like other person. Like you don't need to send me like clips about Eleanor that aren't me because her opinions are her opinions. I don't have a problem with Joseph. She has, so it's like, yeah, like what should I say? I'm happy that he won the trophy, 3 European trophies now. And with the question about if he stays with Spurs, he finishes in the top 4 and wins the Carabao Cup. I don't really agree because then it comes down to the competition. First and foremost, it goes down to who we playing against. First and foremost. Second of all, the team already fell out. So even if he stays at the final last season, I don't think we win the final anyway because it's Man City. The team was not good at all. Players didn't want to play for Jose. And what do we always say? Like, the worst thing that can happen in our locker room is The team is dysfunctionalized with the manager. If the team doesn't listen, what should we do? I understand why the club. I understood from a sense where the club tried to sack him. For me, the timing was just very awful. For me, they should have just sacked him after Zagreb. I think this is what they should have done. Not straight away, not a couple of days from the final. You can come at me and always bring your stats and everything, but please don't try to come with other things from other Spurs fans because my opinions are completely different for them. I don't even care about Jose. The whole season, I have even watched Roma and I have celebrated the goals from Roma. I see other Spurs fans, the hope Roma lose every single game because Jose's their manager. Other Spurs fans want to see Jose win just to prove a point. Everybody has different opinions. So it's like, I don't know why people comment me and trying to say, oh, you're salty. I'm seeing you got a tweet about, Jose left Tottenham with all the trophy and won the trophy with Roma. Go suck Arteta and get Jose then. If this is the logic that you want to go, Timo, suck Tuchel and get Jose then.
Hey, he got you there, Timo. Response. All right, let me ask you a question then. Say the new owners land at Chelsea, they don't get on and Tuchel leaves. Would you take Mourinho back?
No.
Okay, why would you not take Mourinho back? I'm just interested. I'm just asking.
Staying at Chelsea, probably the only Champions League only the only one that he hasn't ever won at Chelsea. To be fair, interesting. This might get. Either I'll take Jose Mourinho back or I'll take Lampard back. So either of those two options. So,
well, you take them both back.
If I had to choose, I'll take a Jose and then Frank Lampard as his assistant.
No, this guy was proper. That is crazy. That's a Jose with Lampard as his assistant.
Hey, why not?
This guy is ridiculous. You know what? You're gonna have Dan Petrescu. Dan Petrescu is head scout.
I thought we used to get some chaos here.
Don't let. If Peter heard that,
I can't wait to tell him and Surfer and that. That's gonna be great. I can't wait. They're gonna bring back Desai's on the coaching staff and Frank Leboeuf and that. You know what I'm saying? And Torre.
Hey, bring back JT for the Vibes, man. JT for the Lampard. Let's go. I'm here for the Vibes.
This guy, this guy's a joker. Glory, Tottenham Hotspur. Big up Flawless and hello from the USA here. Spurs fan here. Big up to you. And where in the US are you watching from? Let us know. You're on the East Coast, the West Coast. Are you in the South? Let us know. Smalling over Maguire says Nuz. That's not really hard. Like most defenders and centre backs over Maguire. Yes. Big up Flawless. Big up my guy Shazad every single time. Shazad, let me know if you want the link. I'll send it over to you. My brother Flawless. Big up to you, Brian, who's a member. He says Mourinho just doing what Mourinho does. Win. And that's the thing with Mourinho. I've said it before, I'll say it again. One of my favorite managers, without question. One of my favorite managers of all time. Is he of the level anymore of Pep or Klopp when it comes to challenging for the major trophies? No. But is he still good enough to win a Europa League, a Conference League, a domestic cup competition, whether that's the FA Cup or League Cup in England, whether that's a Coppa Italia over in Italy, like those type of competitions, everything outside of European, the Champions League and your domestic league title, I think Mourinho can still compete for. It wouldn't surprise me if they did win the Europa League next season or if they did win a Coppa Italia. It wouldn't surprise me. So Mourinho, we know what Mourinho's like, and he's just added to his legacy. It is even though he's won, it's sad to see him go out like this. I've said it before and I say it again, it's sad. Because if someone would have told me when Mourinho lifted that treble at Inter in 2010, that 12 years later, he'd be in the European third tier competition, picking up that trophy, I would have been like, nah, no chance. That's how far he's fallen off, people. He's gone from winning the top tier elite European competition, number one, to now winning the third. And that's probably his level. Maybe the second, the Europa League, but it's sad. It's a big drop off. But hey, props to Mourinho, man. Deserved, and props to those Roma players as well. They did what was required.
They did the job. Even at the time when we were even the competition, I said, I don't even think we're going to win the competition. If people go back to spaces, or even if I was on streams, I said, I don't think we are even the favorites to win the competition. People were putting Tottenham in the favorites as competition just because we are Tottenham and like they play in the Premier League.
You're in the Conference League though. Sorry.
Yeah, at some point we were in there as well, and people were putting us as favorites when I said, "Oh, based on what?" Like I think Roma with Jose had a better chance to win it, and I thought also not Leicester. What's it called? who was that? I think Marseille was already in it. So Marseille and who, by the way, both of them went. So Marseille was a semi-finalist, and obviously Roma won this competition. So I put them two ahead of Spurs to win the competition, and this what pretty much happened. So it's like I don't know where people come at me for saying that, oh, I should be embarrassed that we didn't win the competition. Like, cool. Go and get Jose then as the manager and win yourself the competition then. Especially Arsenal fans who are trying to banter me for saying, oh yeah, this is the guy that you let go. Arteta can't. Arteta was playing Pepe False 9 against Villarreal in the semi-finals for Europa League final. I don't think Jose does that. So if you think Jose can win you a trophy, go get him then.
No.
Wait, so you said Feyenoord, Roma, and Leicester City the favorites. Like
no, I said Roma and Marseille. At the
Roma and
beginning of
Marseille. So you literally. So are you having a trauma that Conte doesn't have a good track on the European?
No, Conte wasn't here for most of the games. Nuno was in charge. That's why I said we're not gonna do that because there was no way.
When did you get knocked out again?
We were in the group stages, like we couldn't play the last game because of COVID reasons.
Yeah, COVID stopped it. Yeah.
And with Nuno at charge, I told everyone 100% we're not going to win that competition. Did I wanted to win the competition? Yes, because I wanted to be shameless and say we won the first European competition that was founded. We wanted to be the first winner, but like I knew with Nuno the way, because remember when Nuno was first in the table, the first 3 games he was top of the table. I was Nuno out after those 3 games because this whole body was as a manager.
I said he was Nuno out, you know.
Yes, I was Nuno out.
I wouldn't know.
Wait.
Just
a real one.
Was it that you got slapped by Manchester United 3-0?
Nah, they won their first 3 games. Did you not win your first 3 games?
Yeah,
That's why I was laughing so hard. Yeah, they were top of the table.
We were top of the table first 3 games, and I was Nuno out because I knew where this shit was going to. I knew where this shit was going to, and I was right. Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, all did us a favor because this was literally a Sakiko.
Yeah, Sakiko.
That September period, that September period, that kind of like you've had enough of it. Like you lost to Palace 3-0, then you lost to us 3-0 again, and then you lost to Arsenal.
No. I already had enough of it when we were winning 3 games in a row. Like,
what,
bro,
you don't like the football style?
Yes, this was one of the main reasons why I was already so against even staying at the club because I can tell where this was going to play. We were literally playing the type of football literally the season before with Jose, and the way we appointed Nuno was literally after this one, with all people putting it into context because they don't want to use context to it, but it's a joke in it. So it's like I understand why people try to not do that, but at the end of the day, Nuno wasn't good enough. I knew he was never going to win that competition. Conte came in too late, in my opinion. And also, he needed a summer because fucking hell, this when Lo Celso and Dombele was still at the club. So it's like, and you see now where they are.
Just a real one, man. Man said, I was Nuno out and we were top of the table because he won manager of the month that month as well in August. Because you were top of the table and you beat Manchester City as well. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, real one. And yes, Brian, you're right. He did say Lampard. Timo did say Timo is proper Chelsea. Like just man said Mourinho in charge and Lampard and
John Terry, man.
This guy Dan Petrescu was medical staff, Tori Andre Flo head scout and that. You know what I'm saying? This guy Frank Lambert, COO.
Now we just I
was a PHX. Oh yeah, you need Makaleli. You know what I'm saying? You might as well shout Balak and that. Get Malouda back, cool. Salomon Kalou.
Yeah, but the vibes in it.
This guy.
Oh boy.
Big up Black Diamond says like, share, subscribe, quality channel as you continue to get brilliant content on a consistent basis. Big up Black Diamond. Big up Brian. It says we watching from New York City, brother. Big up, man. Yo, Sarcasm City really is worldwide, man. I love that. Just relaxing before the basketball, but big up my guys and the chat. Big up to you, Dan. Large up to Shazadi says a question. Do you all acknowledge Roman Reigns and the bloodline? I think we all do. What? You're not a bloodline fan. You a hater fan. I even watch wrestling and I fucks with what they do.
Welcome to Suplex C, motherfucker.
Yeah, sure. Okay. What happened last time when he faced Brock Lesnar? He beat him, correct? Yeah, hold that, fam. Just relaxing before the basketball, but big up my guys in the chat. Big up to Dan. I hope you enjoyed your birthday as well. And yes, we will be going live in just under an hour, people, on the Twitch for the Heat versus the Celtics game 5, people. Miami Heat, Boston Celtics game 5. That is 2-2. Continue to get your questions in as well. Has Jose ever lost a cup final? I think not, or maybe he won 90% of all his finals. He's never lost a European final, but he's lost domestic. He's lost domestic finals.
I think
Copa del Rey. And
Yeah.
I think did Conte not beat him in the FA when we lost the FA Cup, when we lost to you lot, Timo?
Yes.
When Hazard scored that penalty. What year was that?
2018.
Yeah, I think Mourinho was in charge. So yeah. I think it was that.
2018, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Big up
But
Ibrahim.
no, like,
Go on.
Loki always said this as well. Mourinho is Loki happy because if he went into the final, I guarantee you, I don't believe we win, and it would have tarnished his record even more. So it's like, you know what? I'm so positive. You don't have that many finals. You didn't add it like a free final loss right there. But it kind of it was fuckeries by Sky Sports putting Ryan Mason's record and Pep's record.
Yeah,
that was fuckeries.
Ryan Mason, like that is ridiculous. Ibrahim says, big up Jose is going to be a problem next season in the Europa League, flawless. And with Conte's disgraceful record in Champions League, don't be surprised if Spurs drop down to Europa League. It's going to be very interesting. Let me get your thoughts on that, Jez. Obviously, you're a Spurs fan. Does Conte's record being very, very poor in Europe, does that concern you? Or can you see it changing?
I think it's definitely something you can't really ignore because obviously certain situations, like especially the one where he finished 4th in the group last year and the year before, not being able to qualify when Klapper was in the group as well. Like, it's a concern in a way, but in the same time, I always say it depends on who the group will be. And I think the difference with this team and this team that he's trying to put at Tottenham and the team that he put at Inter, when you really and truly, when you look at it, they didn't have a left winger like Son, that good of a one, and they didn't have as good of a striker as Kane. So it's like you have those two, you have Kulusevski there, and if you can just build the team that he kind of wishes, I think this Tottenham team that he can build can potentially be even better than the Inter team that he had over the 2 years. So I do think it all comes down to the group. If you give us a group of depth, I don't think then it also depends on all the situations in it. Like, it's that simple. Like, I'm not too concerned about that record that much, I think.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying, fam. Exactly what you're saying. You got reasons to be optimistic with that manager, and you're probably going to get back to as well. Camille says, mark my word, as a Chelsea fan, I can see Tottenham finishing ahead of us in a challenge for the title. What?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
What?
That is way too optimistic for Spurs.
Wait, what? Camille, you trolling, man. You trolling with this.
I think that's way too much. Because like,
look, 150 mil, fine. Like, all right, they got 150 mil. Well done. But
we have more than that. We have. It's not.
Well,
it's just
was it Enoch says 150 mil?
It's the owners that actually put the money in. So it's the first time they ever did that. 150 mil, but that doesn't include like player sales and even the Champions League money. That's just them putting 150. So it most likely could be money spent over 200. Yeah. But like I said, it depends how we spend the money. And like I said, I can't just easily say we're gonna finish about Chelsea, just because we gotta remember our context, how Chelsea season went. It depends how who's gonna recruit, and we're not gonna challenge for the title anyway. Definitely not this year. In the season upcoming, because
once again, I don't. Thank you very much. Context.
Because at the end of the day, you gotta understand. I said this even to Spurs fans as well. Well, like, you have to understand, just to compete in a consistent level, City and Liverpool compete against each other is so hard, and the league that Conte was back then when he won it, much weaker than it is now. So it's like, yeah, it's. I don't think even if he gets his players in. Even the players that are within the team right now, they're going to stay. They're not mentally ready for that type of ready. I don't think Kane is mentally ready to do that. I don't think Son is mentally ready to do that. I think all I want next season is a more comfortable top 4 finish and less losses on the table and just be more consistent. And a trophy if Conte gets all his players in it.
Oh, that's fair enough. But yeah, Camille, who do you support? You got to be a Spurs fan. Have to be saying this. Because do I believe Spurs will do well? Yeah, currently right now they'd be my favorites for 4th. But yeah, go on, say again, fam.
I see other fans also from other fan bases say that Spurs probably might got a chance for the title. But I mean, people don't really think this is the issue. Like, I think people look from like one way.
Ooh, big
It's
stadium,
from the
town's
biggest
title. Well done.
It's not even.
Timo shook, man. Timo shook.
It's not,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
not even the big. It's not even the
Well
big
done,
stadium.
big
thing.
stadium.
It's not even the big stadium thing, bro. And the whole thing. I think people. I do agree with people overreacting with the fact that Eni put 150 million pounds for the club and sporting reasons in it, and I think just people are just way too excited. For me, it's like, bro, let me calm down. Let's just be more consistent in the league compared to what we were this season, and spend the money, and hopefully we can just win a trophy. That's all I want. I don't want to be saying, "Oh, yeah, let's go and win a league trophy of Pep like that." He's been winning 4 out of 5 times now.
Context.
Go
Chelsea
on,
was poor.
Timo, because you go on, talk about it,
Chelsea was
Timo,
poor
because you were
last
saying
season. If Chelsea didn't have the season that they had, they would have been 10 points clear above Spurs.
yeah.
Context, like just context says context. Even Daniel said last time Spurs finished above us was 2015 and 16, and 2011 and 12. Twice they finished above us, literally, in the last 10 years. Twice. So context, get into account there.
Not having it. All right, where else we at? Let's see. Again, questions, people, and get the likes up like Black Diamond says. I see you, my guy. Brian says here, Chelsea owners taking out them dividends. It's gonna be sweet when it happens. What does he mean? Go on, talk to me, Timo.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Like apparently, news came out as well that Tuchel gonna get back by Todd Bowley for £200 million to spend this summer. Plus the income as well is some of the players that are gonna leaving this summer as well. So there'll be plenty more income and plenty more room to spend this summer. Defenders, the likes of Jules Koundé, linked us for a while. He has been spotted in the central London as well. Like, don't be surprised if we're gonna be spending massive in the next 2 months. So next season, how far can we go? I would say maybe we can have to keep consistent and not to overhype our squad depth like Lewis has said in the previous stream. And I think that's the biggest mistake that we've done this season as a fan. I think we overhype our squad this season. We underestimate the squad depth that we got, and it cost us big time. Losing Van Chilwell was probably the worst time that Chelsea fans could ever happen to us.
No. I hear that. Yes, welcome Sefa to the show as well. We're sticking on topic. We'll stay with that. Your thoughts on obviously the Europa Conference League, Roma being final, Mourinho winning another European trophy. Talk to us, Sefa.
Yeah, just for that, Brian's comments. Daniel's right. There's clauses in the contract. They're actually called Glazer clauses, so they can't take dividends out of the club for at least 10 years. They actually put that in. So
smart.
You can hold that, Brian. Classic Mourinho tonight. That was a classic. Flawless. You've seen it for 2.5 years. Myself and Thibaut have seen it in 2 stints for 3 years. That was classic Mourinho tonight, man. Scored a goal and then sit back for 70 minutes. So it felt like nearly the whole game, but yeah, man, it's classic Mourinho. He's won everything now. He's won everything he's got in for now. He's in multiple leagues, so whatever you think of him, man, he's one of the greats. You know what I mean? He's one of the GOATs managers. So typical performance, man.
Absolutely, it was typical for any of those that did watch it as well. Again, you lot comments, man, because when we doing watch-alongs and stuff, you lot have so many just random questions. And when it comes to the Q&A, you ain't got no questions. What's going on, people? Get your sporting questions in for us. But you know what? That being said, we might as well switch lanes from football and go to basketball. Timo, chat to me. Heat Celtics, currently 2 apiece. Game 5 tonight. Who have you got winning the series and why?
I'll say Heat in 7.
Heat in 7. Okay, why you got Heat in 7? And before you carry on, welcome to the show as well. You know what I'm saying? My brother Eddie is in the building as well on the Q&A. Yes, Eddie, what are you telling me, man? You good?
Drive-by service, you dig? That drive-by service. I here watching for them ops and make my way back home. So I was like, let me check it on my boys, man.
Yeah, man. Do what you gotta do, man. Oh, it's good to see you, Eddie,
Eddie,
man.
you look like you're driving on the wrong side, mate. Are you okay?
No, yeah, legit. You know, here at America, we were like, fuck everybody else. So we're gonna switch. That's how we kind of did.
It's good to see you as always, Eddie. But yeah, go on, Timo. Carry on. So you're saying Heat Celtics. Did you say Celtics in 7? You have gone.
No,
Why?
I say Heat in 7.
Oh,
I say
Heat in 7. Sorry.
I say
Go
Heat
on.
in 7. It'll be more tight game, man. Like Series already went 2-2 now. I thought, yeah, it's so hard to call, man. I'm just gonna say Celtics because they're the favorites. Pretty much that.
What does it say? Can't beat us. Sorry, Timo. What does it say? Can't beat us. Is that what it says?
Hold on, you see that those
Wait, one second. I'll put you full screen.
Can't beat LA.
LA. Oh,
Hey, that's fire. That's fire. Hey.
Team up.
Well, yeah. Like
Go
I
on,
said,
Timo.
I think the Heat will be the favorites, but I won't be surprised if the Celtics beat them in 7 as well. It's anyone's game. It's like I can't call properly.
It is close in terms of the series. Like it seems one team. I've said this about the conference finals. I've watched the same game like 6-7 times in a row on both conferences where a team just gets completely shut out and it's not close. Like it's very rare. It's not been close. Like going into the final 2 minutes in the fourth quarter where you're undecided or unsure who's gonna win, type of thing. Like shout out to Rance. He ended the stream early yesterday when the Warriors were getting beat up by the Mavericks. Like he legit got to the third quarter and I'm like, yo, seen the raid, and it was like, yeah, he decided time. It was time.
You, that series is just embarrassing. And like I know that's why I said, but Warriors in 5. I do think Luka's getting 1 game minimum. And yeah, Warriors gonna do just the business at home now. Thank God, to be honest, that series needed to end.
Then you got 1 game, it's a 10-point game, then 1 game is a blowout. It's like all the series has been inconsistent as of late. What's going on here?
Yeah, it is a bit wild still. Like I didn't expect it at all, the way in the manner in which it's been. Steven said, "This is a good question. Who do you think Deontay Wilder will fight next?"
Who cares?
I don't think. You know why? You know why I care? Because I still think he can be in the mix and be an entertaining fight outside of Tyson Fury. Yo, Eddie, you're breaking up a bit. Say that again.
Okay. I said he's an entertaining fight.
Yeah. Definitely, he's an entertaining fighter. Like and that's why I'd still love to see Wilder versus AJ, Wilder versus Dillian White, Wilder versus Usyk. Like I still want to see all of these bouts. But do I believe he fights any of them next? No, because he just needs to get a win. So who will fight? I don't think it will be a notable opponent. But I hope he comes back, gets that win, and then the fight after he fights he needs to fight White. Like him and White, I think could easily be a great fight. Even him and a Chisora, you can throw in that mix.
Nah, Chisora done.
Chisora's done, but it'd be entertaining, no?
You want to see his ass get knocked out in 5 rounds?
Yes, why not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, why not? Of course. We all tuning into that.
I did my life.
We all tuning into that because you know what would sell it? What's it called? The preview, the run up. Imagine like an all access or 24/7 of that. Imagine the press conferences between a Wilder and a Chisora going back and forth. How funny that would be. How entertaining that would be. Wilder White's better.
Wilder
yes.
White would be more funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But
I want to see that.
Because of how I seen White look the last fight, I'm like, bro, it's the same song. Like, we just gonna tire you out and you gonna drop your hands for a split second. That's all it is, a split second. And you going to sleep, bro. You going to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's my thing with him. I'm like, okay, if it's gonna be the same old shit, then I'll take a Wilder White fight. Chisora, like I said, I ain't trying to see that man fight no more, dog.
Yeah, that would be my preference. But I don't see him because Wilder's coming off a loss. White's coming off a loss. They're not going to fight each other next as much as I'd love to. That makes no sense. I think they'll both go and fight other people. And then if they both win those fights, then it's like, all right, we face each other because there's still money to be made. And like I said, that's an easy sell because they both talk a lot of shit. They've already spoken a lot of shit to each other. And I think the fight would be entertaining. Would I favor Wilder in the fight? Yes. But White could win. Like, so
White could do the same thing Fury did, but he just has to have the gas tank for it, bro.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a fighter. He has no fucking tank, though. That's my problem with him.
I hear you, fam. I hear you. What are you saying, Seth, on this? Thoughts?
Wilder.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what he brings. I don't know what he brings for. I don't only see him fighting Joshua when Joshua loses to Usyk.
That could make
sense. That's the only fight for Joshua out there. There's no way, not at the moment, that he's going to go up against Fury, because it's going to be Fury Usyk for the undisputed title fight. And then does he beat Wilder? If he beats Wilder, does then he set himself up for Fury? I don't know, man. It's very weird. It's going to be very strange when Joshua does lose to Usyk. I do think he will lose to Usyk. It's going to be very strange. It's going to be very strange what his career path is after that. Does he want to continue? Does he see himself still getting back into that title, be world champion again? Because you think when Fury does, I think Fury will probably retire next couple of years or something. Because especially if he beats Usyk, he might even retire after that. Because what else is there to do essentially? Usyk's still around. You know what I mean? So it's difficult, man. But Deontay Wilder, I don't know, man. I don't know what. I know he's exciting because of that. Anytime you can hit that one punch,
that's it.
That's the thing. I gotta be honest. I don't pay for Deontay Wilder fights because I'm not paying that much for that one punch.
I hear that.
I want to see a classic or something like that.
Well,
apart from the Fury fights, but I mean, he's been very quiet, Wilder, isn't he? So
he has been uncharacteristically very quiet, which I'm hoping. No, it's been said. But
it's not even an interview of like what's he's doing, who's he watching out for. I don't know, man. I really don't. I think he'll. I don't think you'll hear anything until about Wilder until after the Joshua Usyk fight. Maybe he'll try and do the Joshua fight.
You mentioned it there. I think if Joshua does lose that fight, which I think he will, I agree with you. That is probably the most lucrative fight in terms of money, in terms of finance. It's between that and the White rematch, because I think that does big numbers as well. But obviously, I think that does bigger numbers. Actually, because Wilder has a big following, like he's well known over here. Obviously, a domestic dust-up of that caliber. And I want to see the rematch. I want the AJ White rematch, 110%. I want to see that. Whether it happens or not is a whole... I think it happens simply because within boxing, these fights will always get made because of
it only happens in the UK. There's no way the Americans are taking that. It happens in the UK, that fight.
Oh, yeah, it happens in the UK. I'm just talking about in terms of... I
don't think Las Vegas will take that.
No. I don't think Las Vegas takes that. But maybe the Far East. I think it's that big of a fight. Maybe. I think White's profile and I think AJ's profile is definitely big enough for him to like Andy Josh is one of those. He could fight Timo and it's a pay-per-view fight. He's that type of caliber. Like he doesn't need the correct dance partner type thing.
I'm not paying that money on pay-per-view to watch Timo fight. I'll tell you what, man.
You wouldn't pay to watch Timo get knocked out. I would. I ain't gonna lie.
I can just imagine it. That's all. I presume we'll be there ringside for all this. So
hey, who knows with this cheapskate? He'll give it to all the fan cam girl. You know what he's like. You know what I'm saying?
Bloody hell, man.
This guy. Like this guy will give it to all the females who do like football content creator channels. This guy was in my when he was gonna play you. I never forget this when you lot were playing us at OT. Yeah, you turn off your camera. I thought me and Timo were boys. I'm like, Timo, what are you saying, man? What you want when you come Manchester, we linking up, and this guy's humming and hawing, and I'm like, oh, you trying to see the girl down here and all that? I was like, I see you, fam. I know where I land. You know what I'm saying? I know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? This guy had girl to see. I'm somewhere like 6th or 7th. You get what I'm saying? In Europa League spots. You know what I'm saying?
You're the alternative.
Yeah. Me, I'm only if there's no girl. I see you, Yo, the universe sees you, you know. The Lord sees you, fam. You laughing comedian. What are you saying, Jez? I've never actually spoke to you, Jez. Are you a boxing head like that? I'm not sure. Do you follow it?
I've watched boxing, but I don't follow it like that. It's like I'm not really ahead like that.
Nah, fair enough. But yeah, back to what you were saying there, Surfer, about it. Yeah, man, like there's still the reason why I think all these fights get made because they're within boxing, we know this. When the money's right, they'll find a way. And Wilder versus the mix of Wilder, AJ, White, any mix of those three fighting each other is big money. And it's a pay-per-view fight. Like I said, whether it's the AJ White rematch, whether it's AJ versus Wilder or it's Wilder versus White, all of those fights are pay-per-view money. They all do big money. And say, for instance, with the AJ and White, if White wins the second one, it sets up a trilogy. Depending on how Wilder White goes, you could have 2 or 3 of that. Same way with the Joshua Wilder fight as well. Like there's so much money, and then you throw Usyk in the mix as well. You can throw a Chisora in the mix as well. There's other boxers who are in and around that division who you can be like, all right, let's see how they do. Maybe a Joe Joyce, depending if he gets a big win. Yes, absolutely. Go on, Jez. What are you going to say?
I wasn't saying anything. I was muted.
Oh, see, I thought you said something. My bad. I thought he was going to say something. Where else we at? Daniel saying AJ and Fury will sell out needs to happen, to be fair. This is why I think that's the biggest money fight in the division. And that's why even if I think AJ loses to Usyk, down the line, they'll make that happen. It's like Mayweather Pacquiao. We got it years after it was supposed to happen, but we still got it because of the amount of money it generates. AJ Fury is a pay-per-view fight and it's a global fight. That's worldwide. That's not just a domestic dust-up. Is it massive over here in the UK? Absolutely. But that goes everywhere. Like, you could put that in the Far East. It wouldn't be surprised me if it ended up in the Far East. Because they're pay-per-view fighters alone. Like, in boxing people, there's very few fighters who are pay-per-view, like, by themselves. Like, fighting a Timo. You know what I'm saying? And like, if you put Fury versus Timo, selling out. Like, he doesn't need, like, most boxers who are pay-per-view guys need the correct dance partner. They need someone in there with them to generate that interest. But like Fury and Joshua are not that, and you can probably throw Wilder in that mix as well. And White
triggering closing rematch, isn't it? Rematch clause, sorry. Anthony Joshua for Usyk, is it?
Yeah. That's not April. They're looking at July 23rd. That's the rumored date. That is the rumored date for rematch, and it's going to be in the Far East.
Michael Hunter as well.
I'm saying you got so many names in there. That's people that
Andy
I forgot.
Andy Ruiz
is a shout. You got Andy Ruiz. You got Parker. Like you got all these. Like a White Parker fight does big money. It's like not major money, but it does a good amount type of thing. But yeah, we'll see. Kamel says, "Can we admit this year the media is a disgrace for bum-licking Liverpool and giving Klopp Premier League Manager of the Year?" I didn't understand why they give him Premier League Manager of the Year. But I'm not really fussed about individual awards and stuff like that. Like, I don't particularly care for all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Face it, man.
Someone just called me cute in the chat. Thank you. I know I am. But yeah, go on, carry on, Surfer.
I just think, listen, man, there's an obvious Liverpool bias in the media. There's so many ex-players within the media. We see it in the punditry, on radio. You know, it's one of those things, you know. I wouldn't get too fussed about. We all know he wasn't Premier League Manager of the Year. It's just ridiculous. If we want to give him LMA Manager of the Year, fine, no problem. But whether that you have to then someone will say, well, the Premier League is a compass in that. Dude, Man United spent more time on top of the table, I think, than Liverpool did. I think Liverpool spent 11 days this season. They were never top. They were never top of the table, man. I mean, I think Spurs were on top longer than them. We were. United were. City were. So, you know, it's one of those, you know.
Yeah.
There's a Liverpool loving for some reason. It's very weird. You know, there's a more Liverpool loving than the Man United loving, which is very strange for the past 20 years, like 30 years. You think there'd be more of a Man United loving than Liverpool loving, but there we go.
So, hey, Flawless, I think you guys can win the Europa League. Yes, so do I. I reckon we can win the Europa League as well. Yeah, I think we can, without doubt. And Timo, you going Vegas? Fine, what are you saying? You're not going Vegas. All right, we stand corrected.
He was trying to.
And to Earwax, thanks for the marriage proposal, but I'm good. Flawless, what do you think about Timber and Pau Torres to replace Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof? I do like the Timber links. I do like that because I know he can play right back, he can play centre back, he can play holding midfield. This is just from what I've heard from people who I know have watched him. That he's quick, good in the air, even though he's not the tallest, which is also good. And he'd be an improvement on what we have. Plus, Ten Hag knows him, so he's going to be able to implement him in whatever system, which is also a massive help. As for Pau Torres, as much, I'll tell her that's a bit wild in that. You can at least buy me dinner first. But as I was saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, treat me like I'm Ryan, like I'm just some slag. This is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Don't even ask me my name, number, nothing, it's crazy. And as for Pau Torres, I've said this before. Do I think he's a good centre back? Yes, but he's not what we need. I don't think he's the best partner for Varane. He's very Varane-like. Like, he's good defensively, but he's not the most physical. I want someone who is aggressive and physical, plenty of pace next to Varane. Like, that's what I would prefer. Like, I've said this before, a Ramos type, Eric Bailly type, a Rudiger type. That is the profile I'm looking for with a centre-back. But maybe, obviously, Ten Hag has a different approach to it, and he can make Pau Torres and Varane work. But if we were to sign Pau Torres, I wouldn't be against it. He's just not ideal. But if we were to get him, that means there's no Maguire and no Lindelof in our starting 11, and I'd be over the fucking moon about that. You know what I'm saying? I'd be over the moon about that. It means Maguire and Lindelof are where they should be, squad players. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Eddie, I did get your message as well. No stress, my guy. So all well and good. I got your message. I'm saying. Keep telling you that, man.
You should get a life in life chat.
Yeah, man. I'm not a slag, man. I don't know why they think that I'm some hoe. You know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous, and that can at least buy me dinner first. You feel me? Devo says, "Hey, Flawless, you reckon De Gea could make captain?" I think he's probably. When you look at it, he's probably the only option. It's him or Ronaldo.
I don't like goalkeepers as captains.
I don't like him as the captain either. But the options is slim. Yeah, go on, Jess.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of goalkeepers either. Obviously, Luis is like an exception for us, but yeah, I like my captain to be outfitted player. But I think with De Gea, it's like obviously there are certain United fans. I think you probably included that don't really want to see De Gea at the club anymore, regardless. But I think I don't know what the situation is with the goalkeeper, and it's just like I've seen they want to keep him or give him a new contract or something. So it's like obviously Ten Hag will have some sort of like saying in that. So I guess he wants him around just for now because I think he wants somebody that is the experience head in it. And then they're probably gonna look for a goalkeeper on the later stage just that fits our Ten Hag system because I don't think De Gea is the one because I've seen some passing throws of this guy. I'm like, yeah, that brother cannot pass the ball.
Yeah. And yeah, again, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, with De Gea, he probably would be because when I look at it, I'm like, if say we sign a striker which we're being linked with, that means Ronaldo's not starting week in, week out. So you got, say it is Dalot or Timber at right back. You're not going to give any of them the captaincy. Varane's just got here. Pau Torres has just landed. You're not giving it to Luke Shaw, Tellez, or a new left back. You're not giving it to any of the new midfielders. You're not giving it to Scott McTominay in terms of the captaincy. You're not giving it to Donny van der Beek. Maybe Bruno. You ain't giving it to the captaincy to Rashford. Alanga's a kid. You ain't giving the captaincy to Sancho. Ronaldo's not starting week in, week out. So De Gea might be the only option, Debo. I'm not over the moon about it, but that's...
Did you see comments from Steve? Did you see comments from Steve McLaren? Was it today about Scott McTominay?
Oh, what did he say? What did he say? Was our fan base up in arms about him? Was he rating him?
I don't know. Listen, I didn't look deeper into it. It was a retweeted thing. Okay. So if it's old comments, then but he was talking about So I'll paraphrase. It was, he basically he knows what it's like to be Manchester United. He drops 7s or 8s every week. It's like hopefully they're old comments and something like that. But if he truly thinks that, I know you have to protect your players and don't throw them under the bus, but don't insult. If they are true and they're his, don't insult fans. You know what I mean? It's like they've probably seen him play more than you have, Steve. Do you know what I mean? They know what he's like. But it's a this summer's getting very funny because apparently everyone's got £200 million to spend.
Everyone got peas.
Everyone
Everyone's
got
got
peas.
200 million.
I seen Chelsea. I seen Arsenal even earlier today. Yeah, everybody got peas. So everybody for some reason puts it out that they got peas. So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, it's not Lewis.
It's not Lewis. Okay, yeah, he's got a spanner, right?
Yeah, because Lewis is like he's what's it called in it? Lewis is he's modded. He's modded here.
Yeah,
he's not taking time. At least they're subscribing these people because we do have it on the subscriber chat.
Yeah, I like the video as well.
Nah, they are subscribing though because I've got it on the subscriber chat.
Cool.
Where you have to be subscribed for a minute at a time. So yeah, appreciate the support.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Is big up to Prime in the cut as well. So there's no Ollie and no Maguire now, which United fan is banging Judge. Nah, man, we're just doing what needs to be done. Flawless Man United need De Jong and Ibrahim Sangara in midfield with Donny van der Beek. Again, I don't know a lot about Sangara apart from I signed him on FIFA and he was cold.
I signed him on FIFA as well. But
yeah, man. Pace and power, man.
I don't think hardly anyone's seen him play, you know. I think he's getting built up because he's been linked to everyone. I think he's getting built up. I only signed him because he looks like him on the game. Still, I don't sign players who don't look like them. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I only signed him like I said because he's 6 foot plus. He's P&P. Yeah. That's why I'm like, yeah, I need you with my. I need
Tomore's still got a generic FIFA face, so I don't sign him. So,
go on, Jez. What are you gonna say, fam?
No, I was Sangare, like, trust me, he's the proper FIFA. Even I seen when what's it called? Rans was streaming PES, even he was signing him as well in PES. So like, bro, I'm telling you, he's the perfect kind of like guy. Like he just in terms of play in video games. I haven't watched him like obviously I watch a lot of European football, but I haven't really watched him like that as well. To be honest.
Yeah, he's the trust me, man. He's the guy, man. Like on FIFA. However, like in real life, I don't know. So it'd be stupid of me to say sign him because of what he's like on FIFA. No, but again. The fact that Eddie's saying this here and he's saying Timber would play right back and Torres would replace Maguire. The fact that 3 of our back 4 could be 2 new signings in Varane fills me with a lot of hope. I love that. I've said this, go get a new left back. That's very imperative. I want to see at least 2 new midfielders come into play in the midfield with Donny. I heard today Martial has said he wants to leave. How true that is, I don't know, but that leaves us with 1 senior striker. And we're not going to go into a full season with 1 senior striker, which means we signed somebody.
Who's 37 as well.
Yeah, it's exactly. And he's 37. So this is why I've been optimistic, simply because of forget quality. We have to sign players because of our lack of bodies. We got no bodies. Legit. Our squad is very, very thin in terms of numbers. So I can see that happening, and we're gonna have a busy summer. And there's no reason why we can't sign 6, 7, 8 players. Now every player has to cost 100 mil. This is where your scouting system and your recruitment is key. And like I say, goal set. We all scout players on if whether we're playing FIFA or Football Manager. Yeah. So you telling me these lot can't do that in real life?
Also, I don't think there's a lot of people going to have to really do their homework because I don't think there's a lot of big name choices out there. I think you're going to see a lot of people sign players that they didn't think of at the time. That's not the obvious because it's not a lot if you think about it. Even a dearth of centre backs. I mean, you're linked to Pau Torres and Timber, we're linked to Koundé, which probably will happen, and the guy from Leipzig, and maybe Koulibaly, and then it's not after that. It's not a lot of. I mean, don't even Spurs said they need another centre back. I don't even know. I don't even read anything about them. What centre back they're linked to?
We have a couple of centre backs linked, but they're also like they're not really talked about enough because there's obviously other guys in it that are ahead of them. And probably teams don't have the priority for them type of centre backs in it. It's just one of them ones. I don't know. It's just like, but the market. But like I said, for United, I don't think it's that difficult. Like, I don't think United need to go to Benfica and spend 70 million euros on a Darwin Núñez, and they can just. Like I don't think they need to do that. And I've seen this Darwin Núñez brother play actually compared to like Sangare, and my God, he's definitely not 70 mil. He's a good finisher in the box, but he is not 70 mil. This is like buying Lukaku for Uruguay.
And that's where that's what it is. I'm not trying to see that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. not
I don't
Darwin
know if
Nunes. That's just bad recruitment. Like, it's being lazy to me. Yeah, go on, fam.
I think it's also lazy to assume that Ten Hag wants all players from Eredivisie.
What?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know the hit rate or success rate of Dutch players or people that play in Holland that come here.
Yeah.
You know what I
Our
mean?
record's good.
Played it.
Our record's good with them. When
Yeah.
I think about the
I
experience from the
know
Dutch league.
Van Nistelrooy and everything, but
Yeah.
I don't think you want to overload. I don't think you would want to overload the squad like that.
I think it's finding a healthy balance and a mix in terms of him having some familiarity, and also having some of his lieutenants on the pitch who can get his instructions across. But then it's having some players who are Premier League proven. I personally prefer United to buy from within the Premier League. I've said that. You go and buy the best of the rest at Basuma, at Tillemans, those type of players. Even if it wasn't Calvin Phillips or Declan Rice. Like, obviously at the right
I'd be
price
surprised if
and
someone
the right
don't move
wage
for
point.
Ruben Neves this summer.
Or Neves.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
'cause even they were reporting today that they Wolves are looking to get what's his name? Palhinha from Sporting, which is pretty much a Neves replacement because Neves' agent is pretty much offering out, I think. So he wants to leave some Wolves.
Yeah. If someone doesn't
But
snatch
even-
him, I can see one of the
even
big boys
Bissouma.
doesn't. One of the big boys
Yeah.
don't snatch Neves. I can see a Newcastle signing him.
What?
You know what I mean?
Perfect sense.
I've seen
Why would you
Bissouma
not?
also quoted at £30 million today.
What, for Neves?
Wait,
Bissouma.
30 mil.
Bissouma.
That
Oh,
is a
Bissouma.
steal, man. I'm sorry.
steal.
Even as a squad player, that is a steal for our. Something's not right. Something's off, man. He's asking for like 400k a week or something because I don't know how everybody's just overlooking.
I think you could
Saying
buy
okay,
him
man.
and you could buy him and Neves for a combined between 70 and 80 million.
What a steal that is.
And they're
think-
both the
I think-
same age. I think they're both 24 as well. They're
Is
both
Neves
like
that young?
24.
Why did I think
Yeah,
Neves was
yeah,
young?
Neves is like 24, 25.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah,
young.
man.
He's
Why did I
deep.
think Neves? That is
Funny
so
enough,
crazy and
he's younger than Dele Alli, who's 25.
right. That's
like-
crazy. I didn't know Neves was that. Why did I think Neves was old?
No, he's just been around for a whole long time.
It's
innit?
one of them. It's because he's been around for so long. For some reason, I thought he was like 27.
Yeah, me too.
I just thought-
last year I thought he was like 27, 28.
I'm like, yo.
It's probably it's the beard. It's the beard and everything.
Yeah, maybe. I like being around for that length of time as well. Make sure you lot hit the like button as well, man. Whether you're watching this live or watching this back, hit the like button. Continue to get your questions in, people. James Jones says here, City's new signing Alvarez scored a double hat trick today in the Copper League Cup. Man United rejected him in January. I swear, LOL, awful recruitment by your team, flawless. Is it? I don't even know who this guy
We
is.
don't know what he's going to do, man. And we don't know what he's going to do.
What does this guy play? Is he a left winger? Is he a striker? Is he
He's
a
a
right
striker,
winger?
apparently.
Striker.
He's a striker.
Like,
Okay.
I don't think it wasn't. If United would have bought him in January, I think it would have been a good signing in terms of like long term. But he's not ready to come to a Man United and start. Like, he's only like 21, 22 in Argentina. And his game is also can be improved a lot. I think under Pep it makes 100% sense. But if he would have ended up at like a Tottenham or like a Man United, I think it would have not been a good situation.
How many of these young big time next gen Argentina strikers are around the top clubs in Europe at the moment?
Yeah,
Because I can't think of any.
Very
Just because
strange.
he's the next whatever doesn't, you know, I hate that he's the next Aguero or something like that. I
Bro, I
can't
have a
remember
question.
half of them working out. So.
I got a question. Do you guys know Gary Jacob?
No, I don't even know who that is.
It's a reporter from the Times Insider. He was the one that he is the one that reported and saying that he's going to be expected to be costing around £30 million in it with Bissouma, and I think it has to do with something with the whole court situation because it hasn't been sorted out yet with Bissouma and the whole sexual thing situation. And that's why maybe his price went down. I think teams are just teams are monitoring and it's just obviously making already inquiries and just waiting for the moment it gets cleared up just to go and get him.
I can't believe Neves is 24. Why are United not just going, all right, let's just go get Basuma and Neves and that's your midfield two right there to play next to Donny.
Well, it depends. 10 hard season, innit?
Yeah, but that is dependent. But I'm surely like the City likes to play possession-based football. Obviously, it's not as black and white as that.
Neves fits that type of system.
Even as squad players, if you bring them in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily, if you sign a player for 30 million, you don't have to start. So even if
dude, I'm telling you this right now, and I don't care what anyone says.
Oh.
Chelsea offered Neves and Basuma, buy Jorginho and Kante. I'm telling you, buy. Say goodbye to Kante and Jorginho. I'll gladly accept. I'll gladly accept, man.
Yeah.
I'll gladly accept. I think that's. I've been replaced with. That's a great replacement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
100%. Yuri and Timber locked in paperwork, medical staff, then official. De Jong, Nunes ongoing actively. Left centre back, Bailly Jones, sales ongoing initiated. CDM right winger, Martial, fullback of a sale. I will see, Ibrahim. I hope you're right. Abdi. I hope you're right. And to the other Abdi as well, says, I would rather us Man United strengthen other positions than our striker position this summer and go all out for Yao Felix next summer. That kid needs to leave Atletico. Yo, Abdi, I was saying this on the stream. I can't remember what stream I was on. I do so many. And I was saying, Jez, I think you was there. And I can't remember what I was talking about, but I was like, it might have been Shameless. I can't remember. Or it might have been a basketball stream. And like, we're talking about United with open heart surgery. And I'm like, United need a whole new body.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. We need everything. We need a new heart. We need lungs. We need a liver. Yo, we need everything, a whole new breathing system. You know what I'm saying? We need
dude.
Chelsea, we need everything.
Chelsea on that TV show. They need to go on that TV show. Botched. That's what Chelsea need to go on, man. Get so much stuff. We thought we were getting something that's turned out to be something rotten. You know what I mean? It's like
I can't lie, like United need that pimp my right type of treatment. Like
we do.
Like, you know?
We need that pimp my right. Yes, that's us. Everything. Like the tires are fucked up. The engine's a mess. The window don't roll down. You know what I'm saying? One of the wing mirrors is missing. The wing mirror that's on there is stuck on by tape. Everything,
right, man. The brakes don't work. You have to like have bin bags on the side to slow you down. You know,
the window don't wind down, so you gotta open the door. You know what I'm saying? And that to talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Mad.
The heat is permanently on. You know what I mean? You have to stick your head out the window, stuff like that.
I'm saying they don't have a normal seatbelt. You have to wrap it around the seat. You know what I'm saying? And tie yourself in that way.
Tie it in a knot. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all right, Flawless. What's this? Flawless, you bang on about getting guys that are unknown, and he's an example. 20 million euros is a steal by Manchester City. Okay, bad business by United. What do you want me to tell me? What do you want me to say to this? You're not asking me any questions. You've told me United did bad business by not getting this guy.
What am I saying? Bangs, man.
What am I supposed to say to this? You've not asked me anything. You've made a statement. There's no conversation to be had. I'm confused by this. Debo says it. Yeah, go on, fam.
How do we know he's gonna bang?
Man didn't even ask me a question. Man made a statement. Oh, it's bad business by United not getting him. Okay, like,
I bet,
what am I supposed to say to him?
When United bought Chicharito, 90% of the fan base didn't even frigging know who Chicharito was.
I had no idea who he was.
Yeah, who the hell? Why? I bet they were like, why are we buying a Mexican striker to come in? You know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to help us. And man, he banged. No one was bigging him up, and then you see what he does. Let's see what Alvarez does, man, before we say it's going to be a steal.
Yeah, you can't be considered a steal when you haven't even played yet. Like you can be you can't be a steal, and then the moment you come in, you flop. Then you can't. Then where was this all steal coming from?
I think we could test Brighton's resolve for Trossard. He could be a squad player who most likely might displace Bruno. If we're gonna get a player, I wouldn't go get Trossard. I'd go get an Eriksen. If we're looking at a squad player to displace Bruno, he's available on the free, Premier League proven. Wouldn't be the highest of wages. Why not? I wouldn't want him.
Also, Ten Hag as well. Like even during this time when what's the code? Obviously he was recovering. He was allowed to train in the Ajax training camp. So yeah,
I've seen. I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? See that you learn something new every day. Simon says, Flores, do you think that United should build a new football stadium down? Nah, we shouldn't build a new football stadium. We got so many more issues to deal with outside of building a new stadium. No. I know traffic can still be worked upon. Like, it could still be expanded. Like, we got so many issues to deal with, like, rather than that. So, nah. Like, I'm not with it. Again, we're going to close out the show shortly. Obviously, I'm not sure. What time is this tip off? Let me turn this TV on.
It's 1:30 stated, but you know it's going to be later.
Yeah, you know what it's like, innit? You know what I'm saying? And you know what these are like with it, because I've got this on now. Don't want to get hit with that. If anyone knows tip-off time, let us know. Timo, you there?
Yep, I'm in.
Yeah. What's the tip-off time for this game? Do you know yet?
1:30.
Is it set to tip off at 1:30 though? Because you know what it's like. That's the schedule time.
140.
Yeah, I thought so. There we go. 140. There we go. Brittany Griner was detained in Russia. She's still there.
Wow.
Awesome. Again, get your questions in, people. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel. This is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Wednesday nights, Sunday nights, people. You'll continue to get this throughout the summer months. You'll get these 2 shows. And I'll probably do a couple more, at least one more a week, probably on the Twitch over the summer months as well. I probably will. Maybe a fan calling show. I'm still debating about that. I'm not too sure. You know what I'm saying? Not that I don't want to talk to you lot. It's just, you get people trolling and that. But if I do that, definitely face cameras only. There's none of this. You have to be on cam. Like, we seen what happened to Saeed. We seen what happened to Tobes. No, that's not happening over these parts. Yeah, it's not. All right, so James says, my bad, I didn't even ask a question. What I meant was to expand on it. If United should look for strikers from South America other than Darwin Núñez. Yeah, that I agree with. Yes. That 110%. Go search for players. I say this all the time, whether it's South America, whether it's North, whether it's somewhere in Europe, whether it's here in the UK, whether it's African, whether it's Caribbean, Asia, wherever. Go find the next son. You know what I'm saying? There's the next son kicking about somewhere in Korea. Like, let's not do that. Go find him.
Oh, yeah.
You know I'm saying? Go scout the impact he's had on that nation. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a god over there. Go on, Jez.
Even like the whole, this is also something I need to address, but before that, like, even with Son, like, before he even came from, what's it called, from Bayern Leverkusen, he had to go on trial when he was 10 to Germany to fly over and this is where he was obviously scouted by like an event in Korea that they had. Fly to Germany, was in the youth academy in a team, and then obviously was in Hamburg, Leverkusen, then to Tottenham. Then you see what happened, like, it always comes down to like the scouts and everything. Like they are out there. We just don't know about them. That's all I was gonna say. It's another thing that I had to say is I don't know what's wrong with people that Son went to Korea during his time off with the Golden Boot, and obviously was taking pictures and people were happy that he came with the Golden Boot. Where like it's a whole different culture. I don't know why people are so obsessed with him or so it's just a Golden Boot. Like, people don't know that Son is like the first Asian player to win the Golden Boot in the Premier League, like ever in history. So it's like I don't know why they're so upset of him just bringing that to his country, where like the culture is completely different as well.
People just want to complain from. That's why. You know what it's like. People just want to complain. People just want to moan. You know what it's like, man. People are Egypts. That's legit what it is. And final few questions, people, before we close out the show. And don't forget, we will be heading over to the Twitch. Probably in about, we'll go live like 5 minutes before 22. So yeah, 1:35 a.m. UK time, 4 Game 5. Obviously, both the teams fighting to take control of this series. We'll go to you first on it, Surfer. Who do you have in just the game alone tonight? Do you have the Heat or do you have the Celtics? It is tough. Trust me. I don't know.
I don't know. I just think there's going to be another blowout again, no matter what.
Whichever way.
I mean, like they're the first and second best defenses, and I don't know if it's the East or the whole overall, but it's like
the first and second.
They've been trashed, man. Yeah. They've been trashed all over.
Guy, you know. Thank God you can't say that after Sunday, man. Thank God for that. I'm saying.
I got the Heat. I'll go home court advantage.
What are you telling me,
Jess?
Jess?
Saying that as being spread out.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Can't even count home court advantage.
Has been. I legit don't know. What are you saying, Jess? You go.
I think the Heat's. I don't think they're going for bad shooting again this last game, so I think Heat today. Then let's see games. This is game 5, yeah.
Yes, this is game 5. Yes, 2 apiece. Game 5. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Heat take this one at home. Celtics going to take the one at 6, and then obviously game 7. I don't know.
What are you telling me, Timo? Just the game today. Who'd you have winning?
Just the game today.
Just the game today. Yeah, it's tough.
Hopefully it's not a blowout. I'm gonna say the Heat.
You got the Heat. Okay. All right. I legit don't know, people. I'm not gonna lie. I legit don't know. Dominic says, would you like United to go for Jonathan David? Not seeing enough of Jonathan David, so I can't comment. I'm not sure. I'm just like, I don't. Like I said, in Ten Hag, I trust. So I'm all for it. Like, whoever he wants to go and get to bring into the team, I'm with it. Go get the players he needs. Go get the first teamers, man. We got so many first team slots available. We have so many squad places available. Also, again, this is why I'm optimistic, because we have to sign players. Otherwise, we'll have a squad. We'll have a squad of 14 in 4 competitions. Go on, Jez.
What if he wants to bring Chris Smalling?
Yeah, this guy got jokes in it. Yeah. Guy got
I mean,
jokes in it.
I'm just asking.
Now we'll go get Eric Dyer from you lot. That's what we'll do. You know what I'm saying?
To be fair, he had a better season than all your centre backs this year.
Yeah, sure. Back free taxes. Why? You know what I'm saying?
That's not wrong about. That's not wrong.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I didn't say it.
Wait, so,
just saying.
Hold on. If you say back five, back five tax. Yeah. Are you gonna say that Tuchel is a fraud then?
Twice.
Nah, Tuchel is a fraud. Well, if you want to call Tuchel a fraud, I'm all for it. Call him a fraud if you want. I'm cool.
Why are you bringing that in?
Hey, that's Jez did that in it. Jez taking his Chelsea shot. Personally, I wouldn't have that in it. I wouldn't have that. But hey, Timo, Seth, you ain't gotta hold that. That's from Jez in it.
No, I didn't say he's a fraud. I'm just saying.
Jez is shameless, you know.
What is wrong with what a fun play trophy for the first
I didn't say though.
Jez is a proper prick, you know. Jez is an asshole.
This playing well too much hype, man. They think they're going to win the league.
Jez is a proper asshole, you know.
What is it with North London clubs, man? 2 months of like.
Hold that, Jez. Hold that. You know what I'm saying? Hold that, Jez. You know what I'm saying?
So suppose you would have told me that Thiago Silva's not that good, yeah? Because he plays in the
Thiago Silva's quality. Nah, he played in the back. He's played in the back for his entire career, but he's quality.
I know,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, right. Even right now, I think he'd be more than 5. I'd take him at my club in the back 4. Would I take Eric Dyer at my club in the back 4? Absolutely not. Yeah. That's true.
You got Lindelof and McGuire.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either of those two either. You know what I'm saying?
You can keep Eric McDyer. That's what you can keep.
By the way, I do actually talking about the England squad. Actually, on the real though, like, do you guys think there was anyone that's missing in the team?
I can't even lie. I don't even know who he called up, man. That's how much I don't care.
I'm not watching any England games.
Team, if you see the England team though,
he definitely was. He gonna pay his face with Union Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's definitely the type of guy to do it.
Yeah, look at him. Look at this guy. Hey, Lewis with the question mark. Hey, I was Peter, I ain't gonna lie. Lewis, hold that, fam. Hold that. You know what I'm saying? Just taking shots at Chelsea, you know. I just feel that unless it's 7 days.
All I'm saying is you go back to the stream and check it. I never said
I've known them bullshit moves. Don't try it.
What do you mean bullshit move? Like, what am I doing? You really think I'm a slick guy here? Is this what you think?
You ain't slick, you know, fam. This guy.
I'm not slick. Yeah, I'm not slick. I don't know. I don't have no game. Like,
yeah, sure it is. Hey, if Spurs had your tactics and way of movements, you lot would have won a trophy, man. I'm telling you.
100%. You will be Champions League winner now. I'm telling you.
Why don't you fuck this trophy for Spurs?
Jez hilarious, you know.
Well done.
Jez, Jez never change, man. You're a national treasure, fam. Never change, please. You know what I'm saying?
I know that.
Jeez. Right. Boom. Where we at?
Hey, Lewis, I don't know what this is about now. Like, I did not say anything. Like, I don't know what that is.
You trying to instigate? Nah, you ain't slick.
No,
you ain't slick. Talk to him, Timo. You know what I'm saying? You ain't slick, fam.
You trying to instigate it.
Man said for Thiago Silva, you know. Personally, I would have that as your best centre back. Your only remaining quality centre back, actually. I would have that. Rudiger's gone.
Wait.
The other guy's gone. Aspilicueta's gone. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot
that Danish bum in it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
Yeah, personally, I wouldn't have that if I were you.
Yes, man.
And to be fair, Barcelona are trying to be Chelsea. Like they're getting Aspilicueta, they're getting AC, they're getting Alonso. They're trying to be you guys.
Yeah. Speaking of Chris Smalling, he's one of the best English centre backs. Why don't people want him in the England squad? Is he though? Prime. He's probably good enough to be in the squad, but wait, are England playing the back three? Is he better than John Stones? No. Do I believe he's better than Tomori? No. He might be better for the squad. Yeah, he's better than Maguire, but Maguire isn't top three. Who are England centre backs options are terrible when you think about it.
Tomori. Hey, respect Scudetto Tomori, man.
I said Tomori. I legit just mentioned Tomori. I said you got John Stones, you got Tomori. Who else? What other England centre backs are good?
Cody.
You got Tyron Mings.
Mings is Cody's like none of them are nothing special. Neither's Ben White either. Like the bars on the floor.
Oh yeah, Ben White.
It's like me asking. It's like when I ask the Chelsea, like when I ask a surfer about the Chelsea attack, and he's just like, "Yo, get rid of them all."
Who you want to start today? Just anyone.
Just anyone.
End it.
Hey, Mark Gay there.
I'll definitely take the Argentinian striker over any of my guys. I don't even know what he's doing, man.
Oh boy.
I said, yo, just end it. You know what I'm saying? End it. So yeah, that's really what it is. Like, yeah. So Prime, you're probably right. He probably should be in the England squad, but the bar's on the floor, really. When I think about it, like outside of John Stones, outside of Tomori, I suppose you could play Kyle Walker as a right-sided centre back in a free. That's what I would probably do. Reece James can play on the right side of a free as well. Like if you are playing a back free, so Smalling probably good enough to get in the squad, but shouldn't be started. It should be Walker or Reece James, then Stones and Tomori for me. That should be your back. That should be the back three. None of this Maguire business and Cody and who else?
He plays for his country hype.
Yeah, man. Like all this nonsense. Absolutely ridiculous. Surfer and Timo. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
No, you can go.
James says, Surfer and Timo, would you guys endorse the signing of Neymar? We'll go to you first on this, Surfer. Thoughts?
I know what this is saying.
I did a big sign. I just said, I'll take the Argentinian striker that you don't know, but Neymar is like...
You know what it is? I think... And it's funny because I big up Rants and I heard it. I didn't need a full context, but he was talking about Frank Lampard, and that's why Lampard was stat padding against all these like teams, and then he's bigging up Neymar for scoring all these goals against the like freaking French Wi-Fi passwords.
I just put some respect on the Coupe de France, multiple Coupe de France winning champion.
What a throw!
Mention Punch.
No one mentioned Punch.
I don't know, man. I don't know if he's got the motivation. That's all. And you know what? I don't think I worry about them on a physical side because the French league is quite physical in terms of they do like that because they lack a lot of technique. They just like to kick the shit out of Neymar every time he's on the pitch. So I don't know, man. Barcelona Neymar, no hesitation. Yeah, PSG Neymar. I don't know, man. He's now 30, right? Or was he 29 or something like that?
I think he's 30 or 31.
I will check that now. I did see a rumor saying that how true this is that PSG would be willing to sell him for the right price. This is why I heard.
Well, they have to, right? They just literally gave an NBA deal to a fucking footballer. You know what I mean? It's like, look at the reports coming out tonight. He's like, they're swooping in for Tchouameni. Do you know what I mean? It's like, Christ almighty. I don't know, man.
He's 30. Yeah, Neymar's 30. He's 30.
I have reservations. I really do about whether he'd be motivated or not. And I don't know I don't know if that would be a good influence in the dressing room as well. So I don't know. There's big question marks for me about Neymar. It's going to be a lot of money to buy him as well and then pay him. What's he on, like 600k? What's he on, 600k a week?
It's going to be big money. It is going to be big money. And side note, 12 minutes to tip off for the game. 12 minutes.
We ain't got no hotels to offer him either. So you know what I mean. So can't give him that.
Yeah, we can give him a carbon minute. You know what I'm saying?
A carbon.
A carbon on that.
Actually, do you know what? We probably saved a lot of goal bonuses on Werner's contracts and just give him that extra money. That's what I'm saying. So it's all good.
Hey, Timo, can I ask you though? How would you feel? How would you feel if Neymar's replacing Timo Werner at Chelsea?
I'll be sacked, and I'll be doing some watermelon cutting I'll be stuck as a lawyer as well. So I'll be jobless, man. I need my job.
Would you not be happier that the almighty Neymar is coming through to save your club, though? Would you not be happy about that?
Yeah.
Correction. I want a 2014-15 Neymar.
So you want to take Neymar now? You're not so you don't want Neymar now? Is that what you're saying, Timo? You don't want Neymar now?
Oh, I can't believe it.
Go on, why? Go on, talk. So you want to endorse it? Go on, talk about. I'm interested to know why you wouldn't take him.
No, it's just like for me. It's just a social life, like outside football stuff that keeps. You know, if he wants to be serious, like
if he wants to be serious, don't do this.
Was he ever serious at PSG though?
Yeah, you were serious at PSG. You were serious at PSG.
I'm not sure about that, man. That's debatable.
I think the last time he's generally was.
You know what's crazy? We have the Timo Werner stan doubting if Neymar serious. You know, talk about the pot calling the kettle black. This is egregious. How are you?
Even back in the net.
Wait.
I'm telling you, Neymar is pulling up, and they said,
"How are you sat there? I'm putting you full screen, sat there. Yeah, you sink into that chair. How dare you? I don't even rate Neymar that highly, but you there doubting Neymar.
That's tough.
You are a Timothy Werner stan who has scored 10 goals in 2 years at your club.
He's a hell of a lawyer. He's a hell of a lawyer.
Can I also say, I think what's more dangerous is that he's upset he'd be fired from an imaginary job. That's what I found disturbing. That's what I found. So,
this guy's imaginary job taken away from
that's what I found more disturbing than anything, really.
JS Living, you see what you're saying? Neymar is cool there. It's PSG though.
Bro, they gave Mbappe a LeBron deal. Like he gets to choose the coach.
Though.
Gets £1 million a week.
Apparently, Mbappe wants to kick him out too. Like he's like, he's doing LeBron. Like he's doing the what's it called to? He's doing the Mario Chalmers. LeBron says like get them off the rosters real quick.
We spoke on this though, Jez, when we spoke about that PSG and how that front three is great FIFA wise, but them getting rid of Neymar and getting an actual 9 who can link the play actually makes sense. If you have Mbappe, Messi, and a functioning number 9 who will actually press and do a little bit more of the work that Neymar and that Mbappe and then Messi won't. Maybe it works, but again, we don't know who their manager is going to be because they're going to get rid of Poch. So it's going to be interesting to see who they decide to bring in. Yeah, go on, fam.
One thing I do want to say, especially with this whole Belgium situation, because it's good that you actually mentioned, because I had this debate and I actually need to ask, like, who do you guys even think wants to be in a situation where, like, they want to get rid of Neymar? Mbappe is pretty much lead GM now of the football. So it's like, there's a 23-year-old that knows if you're not doing a good enough job or he doesn't rate you, he can tell them to fire you. Like, which serious manager want to go there then?
Yeah, facts. 100%. Like you right. Like they have a problem. There's no one to me that sticks out like in terms of like some form of proven. So unless they go for someone who's a little unknown, it's not like there's a Pep, a Klopp out there or a Poch right now or somebody or Tuchel where you go. He's the perfect fit for them. So it'd be interesting to see in the direction PSG try and go in. But we are gonna close out the show, people. We are gonna close out the show. Make sure you hit the like button on the video and get over to the Twitch, people. Get over to the Twitch as well. What happens in Sarcasm City stays in Sarcasm City. You are absolutely right, Timo. However, we don't forget. You know what I'm saying in that. We do not forget any outrageous claims. Let that be known.
Winter, before we forget, Winter, I forgot to tell you, because we were talking about Jose and the thing, and Timo said he would take...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Hey, save it for the NBA stream, fam. We'll bring that up on the NBA stream. Hold that for. I forgot that he said that as well. I legit did. Look at him laughing. This guy like the evil villain and that. This guy is like the Penguin in Batman or something. This guy crazy.
You thought you could get away with it.
He's crazy. I legit forgot he said that. He did. But right, people.
What I said, just for a fresh reminder, I just said
go on.
I just said if Thomas Tuchel leaves in the next 5 years, I'll take Jose Mourinho back, and then you can have Frank Lampard and John Terry as an assistant manager.
Unbelievable. Go to the next screen. I've heard it all. Go to the next screen, please.
That's where we're going. On that note, we're closing out. Head over to the Twitch, people. The link is underneath in the description for the Twitch. We're going over for the Heat Celtics watch along. Heat Celtics watch along. Game 5, people. We're headed over there. Download the Twitch app for free. Download the Twitch app for free. And in the same way you watch and comment on YouTube is the exact same way you watch and comment. Follow the Sarcasm City TV Twitch for more content like that, because we are going to continue that conversation over there, people. The stream has already started, so I want to see all of you who are right here get over to the Twitch. Big up, and this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV.